Hello there, welcome back to another episode on All the Mods 11. So, between episodes, we started building this. This is going to be the hub for the market. So we've got a diamond chairstone and a normal waystone, public, as well as travel anchors. So this is where you can warp to, which then comes out onto the street. Oh, fair. We have a new shop on the block, on the street, should I say? It's Luke Snake's Concrete Shed. So in here he is selling lovely concrete. And that is all that has happened at the market area. Let's quickly, over here me and the Splizer are changing the biomes. So if you make one of these environmental accumulators, put a load of blood tanks around, and then you can put some promise of velocity and the promise of tenacity, something like that. You put in these biome extract bottles and it will extract the biome. And if you right click, so you throw this bottle, it will change 10 blocks into that biome. So that's what we're doing down here. The green, so we're like have a gradient of biomes, as you can see, like this. So a light patch, dark patch. So here's nice and light. It just makes all the foliage a little bit more better. So we're gonna do that. Let's head over to the bank. I think nothing else has been happening. Here we are, the bank. And it always rains when I'm on. So Chowder has went ahead and terraformed all the way around for me. How you do this is a build tool. So if you get yourself a build tool, you make yourself a sphere of sand that's encased in glass. And then if you just keep sand in your inventory with, you can have a restocker. And if I do sand, do I have any? If you look down the bottom, it says I have 3,000 on my hotbar, so it will just pull sand out my inventory. So that way you can use the build tool, place sand like you would in with World Edit. The block has gravity, it falls down, creating this nice cliff face. And then once you've done all of that, you go ahead with a exchanging gadget. I'm not sure if I have one. Nope. And you've replaced all of the sand with stone and dirt. You can set it to scatter, or I think it's like fuzzy. And yeah. And now to get this cobble and mossy cobble, you use crushing rock. There they are. Smashing rock, sorry, from chisel. You can throw that at stone and it will turn into cobblestone, or gravel turns into sand, etc. And then you use the moss, so pool of moss and chisel. You throw that at cobblestone and it creates mossy variant. So that is how you terraform in All the Mods 11 without using an ain't cheaty. So he has done loads on the bank. We've got some dollar signs. It is a little bit dark in here. I'm not sure if that's just shaders making it dark. Oh, it is a little bit dark. hide some lights around here. Right. So this is where you would have like the bank teller. I'm not sure if this is going to be a vault. No. It is mainly decorative. Got a room up here. Assume same on the other side. You got all this space underneath. But yeah, lovely job. So that is the Pilp Bank. Now, what has happened? Perfect timing, isn't it? What has happened at the mega base? We've actually gone backwards. So after I did this, so I had my controller set up, my SSDs, all my storage, and then I started pumping in my materials and drives from my old base, that way, into here, and then I logged off, came back on, and the server TPS tanked. So we found out it was a few other bases, and then logged off, came back on. Nothing is loaded. None of my chunks are loaded. So if I'm at spawn, this place isn't loaded. When I came back here, the server TPS went from 20 to 4, and then it went up to 7. Even with the controller and all my storage turned off, I wasn't pumping in items. So something went wrong with my AE system. I got rid of all of the controllers, and it was still lagging. So there was no power to the SSDs, and the server TPS was awful. So I started removing these. Server TPS didn't normalize until they were all gone. So what I think it was, let's I can do it right here. Let's grab an IO port, a drive, a cable, I'll do energy acceptors, and a gate. Do I have a void cell? No. I must have left it somewhere. Right. Let's just do this. Workbench. Let's put cobble, stone in here. Beautiful. Right. So we have IO port, drive. Let's just make that one for now. Acceleration. Right, so how this works is this is how you make loads and loads of singularities. So you have a void cell, partition, cobble to make singularities. That's going to pull from this storage. Now you would have a infinite cobblestone disk. So infinite. Not that one, this one. Let's make one of these. And you stick this in there. Now it's offline. I'm going to give it some power. And now you see how it's flickering. There's offline, online, offline, online. There's a bug with AE that messes with power consumption. So this should be using about 60,000 a tick. Obviously, That's 2 million a tick. Should be. But even if I add all of them, you see how it's bugged? This isn't doing anything. However, if I stick a controller on here, you should be able to see it flicker like this. That is a lot of power. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 million. There we go. Now it works. So if we go in here, you can see I'm making tons of singularities. So, AE bugged. Power consumption is iffy. My AE apparently has always been iffy. My controllers go down. I have to replace the block because the power consumption breaks. So at the minute, 65,000 AE a tick, which is about right. We're only using 2 channels. 1, 2, and yeah. So I've got 12 million FE a tick pumping into here, and it's only just keeping up, which is terrible. So that is where I am at with that. Now I can't just say, oh right, I can't do anything then, because I do need to have an AE set up with storage that can handle enough for a few weeks of play time, because obviously we're waiting on a few mods. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. I think I might just try a 6x6x7 controller, and then do I use cables or do I use connectors? I'm not sure. I am stumped. This is the one at home. So if I do /home, this barely works. I have to disconnect a lot of it. Like my singularities and matter balls are disconnected. Now you can see. I have a quantum bridge that goes to the beyond with all my magic. None of these need to work. And this literally barely works. So I'm stumped on what to do. Because refined storage is the same. The power consumption is through the roof. And I make a lot of power. I use those tier 8s. These ones here, tier 7s. I have 16 of them. So I make a lot of power per tick. However, there's no point in making that power when the controllers can't take it, or the network can't take it. So let's try and build a controller. So that's the middle. Let's put my magnet back on. So that would be 4. We need to come out again like that. So that's 6 by 6. So let's try doing some things. I reckon like this. No, it's gonna be awful, this controller. Right, let's put a gate on it. I always like putting a gate on. That way I know if I've messed up. If I put you there, it breaks. I don't need one there. That's fine. I can do that though. Yeah. So that's going to be our controller. So if we build this up, there we go. 7. And the max you can have is a 7x7. The reason we've gone 6x6 is because chunks are 16x16. It's even. No idea why AE has to be odd when in Minecraft everything is even. So that is our controller. We just need to P2P it all. So that would be 7. And then I got room for one more, and then dense cable. And I think we would do, I reckon, like this, something like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can come down like this. That would be 8. And 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could do. So I could come up. Line there. Line all the way up. All the way up. And then this part would obviously be 8. That'd be 8. Dense cables at the top. And then here we would do, that's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 5. I'm not sure how to connect this up. That's what we are looking for. You can also do it like this. So if I get a controller and I put a controller there, that is also how you can do it. So I can put a cable like this, get off my screen, and then have 32 coming into this. So I can go 8 of one line. Do we have any orange cable? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's that cable done. However, I can come in underneath and now put another 8. And then this would be where you hook it up to. So I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I am going to do it. I think this controller, as I was saying, I think I'm going to go ahead, do this, do some more storage. Instead of using the SSDs, I'll make them smaller, less subnets. So I would do drive 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe like this. So I would 3, 6, 9, 12, 24, 48 drives maybe, something like that. I'll just keep it really small, those SSDs. Hopefully the subnets will be fine with the power. And then I'm just going to try and move all my stuff in so we can operate out of this rather than our little hole. So I will see you in a jiffy. For me, it's going to be hours. For you, it's going to be right now. So this is the controller I've went for. Should be enough for the minute. And then I can pull cables out and then down. But question is, do I do that or do I use connectors? So if I'm thinking I color code these. If I do color applicator, yeah, let's color code these. The top ones we have to keep fluid because it's accepting a multiple of colors. Yep. That's 14, 22. That's fine. Right, let's pull a load of cables down. Right, so I think we just pull this, pull these right down. What was that? Green, pink, lime. No, blue, purple, white. Yeah, perfect. Purple. Blue. Yeah. Right, pull these down. And then the ones that I pull off the side can come out to here. So we can do like that for a minute. So that's fine like that. That's got 8 channels going into it. That's fine. Let's pull another one down. Trust me to pick up the one. Sweet. Let's move you. Let's put you up here for a minute. That gives me these cables which will run on top. Yeah, I think it'll work. So I can either do connectors like this, and then they would be color coded like so, and then they go off wirelessly, which I might do. So instead of running cables through here, I can just connect them up to the connectors. Yeah, let's do that. Because then I reckon we can probably do this. That one's something like that. So we have connectors. Perfect. Right. Let me crack on. Right. So to build the SSD quickly, I'm going to show you. So you have 3 interfaces on the floor. We'll do the middle pylon first. So interface, because on the bottom you're going to have storage bus. So interface, and then it goes off storage bus, interface. And then these are the other sections it connects to. And then this is where your drives go. Like so. So the purple reads the disks. So blue is storage, purple is disks. Or cells. So let's do storage bus, storage bus, storage bus, storage bus. And then there goes your drives. Right, perfect. That's the purple done. So to power it, we want red cable. So you connect all 3 sides like this, and then you place red. Red is power. So that's all powered up. Now the blue is a little bit different because it needs to connect like this. Then you can go up, and then you want a storage bus interface cable. Connects. Go up 1. Storage bus interface connect. Now to pass through power through here, we connect them on this section. Like so. That's it. So if we pop down here. And just do this. So we're going to have power them up. So we're going to power the purple one from underneath. That purple one is going to transport the power through these quartz fibers up into here and across this way. That's fine. So let's do blue like this. So blue is going to come down to the floor. That's them connected. We need a purple one. The purple one's going to come out the left. And then if we put a red cable like so. And then underneath, I just like to do that. There we go. So if we power it here, so terminal, and then just replace this section. We're going to put the purple one there, and the blue one there. Get a terminal. Plonk, plonk. Now we just got to connect these up. And then the blue. That's it. So to connect the whole system up, you just connect the blue one up. The blue is then power transfers to all of it. So you just put an interface like this, and then your storage bus. We can do fluids, get a load of that, and then if we get a connector, perfect. We do the same here. Might be able to fit another one in. So one this side, one might squeeze in this side. I'm not sure yet. Then we do wireless connector. Oops. Come up all the way over here. And then we'll use these side ones for storage. Now, this hasn't got power because this doesn't bridge power through. So we do need to just put quartz fiber like this. And then connect the red cable around. This should all come alive. There we go. Perfect. And that is it. Tidy this up. There we go. So now it can be extended infinitely. So that is our storage done. That is, how many is that? 6, 12, is that 6? Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 24, 24 times 20. That's how many cells we have. And like I said last episode, that only uses one channel. So if I come down here, there we go. I connected it up, one channel. And how many channels do we have? 220 times 32 because of the P2Ps. That is how many. Let's just do a wireless network. There we go. We have no faults on the controller. Everything's connected. It connects up to here, and then it's a subnet. So that is a subnet. That's a subnet. Purple cable is a subnet. Not sure why that is connected. I think it's just power in it. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Right. Now, let's just check. Right. That works. That's fine. We have no loops. The power consumption is fine. I've put on a couple of these dense energy cells. So we should be good to rock and roll. I'm just going to copy this over to here. And then I might put another one there, and there. And that is our storage done. Right, that is them in. I've just put in these. And now I just have to connect them up at a later date. But these are not on. It's just these two. The 2 channels from this connector is just the storage buses. 1, 2. These are all connected and powered. So yeah, that is it. I'm just going to use this over here for now for my disks. Now for my bulk item storage, we don't have mega cells, and so if I do a 256K, these here, if I open the guide up, there we go, 256Ks. If I just put a one item in, so I partition it, I only get 2 million items. That's it. I have 1.2 G, or 1,205,588,000 iron. That would be a lot of discs just for the iron. Now, if I do a deep null, this can hold a lot of items per slot. So if I do deep null, so this one has some stuff in. If I open this up, I put in a load of the bulk stuff. All of this that I have millions of. So I'm going to try and use these. So hopefully I can use a docking connector with a storage bus. So all of these are full, except, so there's just 7 of these. So technically, I extend these out. No, that's not going to work. Because the blue is what's connected to the storage. Ah, I could put them on top. Because this is only 7. If I just come along and put, this is only taken up, it's 8 now, because I've put storage bus. That is only 7 channels. If I put in storage bus docking connector, and I think if I set this one, priority, if I set this one to 1, higher priority is first. If I get another docking, here we go. I might have found the problem. If I do that, there we go. So it wasn't my AE system. Well, it was. If you put a storage bus on this, let's try it again. There we go. It's going to plummet back down. There we go. Oh, we found the problem. And then here we go. It goes back up. Right. Change of plan. We're not using base.Now. Okay, so my other idea was this. Let's try a backpack. So if can I use Omegas? Omega. Oh, yes. I can use an Omega on a backpack. And then, let's say I put in a partition, the storage bus, for it to be building blocks. So you see all these blocks here? I can partition it. And then if I need to move it, I can just pick up the backpack. Instead of, obviously, base.Now, you can just pick up the null. But, right. Change of plan. Let's get rid of this. So, just a little note for you. Don't use base.Now with AE. Perfect. Right. Let's try and figure out something with the backpacks. I can't believe I destroyed everything when it was just a base.Now. Oh well. It's fine. So, we have some backpacks. So, these are netherite backpacks with Omegas in. I've increased the priority on them, so the bulk items will go in here first. I do need to configure some. We'll partition, so you can partition it. So if I put iron, I just run ahead and hopefully get the first 3 lines. Capacity card, grab 8 of these. There we go. Let's just take, we'll just put in 2 for now. And I partition it with all of that. So that was the first 3 lines. Over on this one, I'll do the next 3 like that. No. There we go. Let's partition all of that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is it skulk I got up to? Yeah. The skulk. And then over here, same again. That's that one done. And last but not least, so skulk 1, 2, 3. I swear I just put nitro in that one, didn't I? Did I miss a line? I must have. It doesn't matter. That's fine. Let's do this line like this. And that's it. Let's just check the priority to 10. Yeah, that's fine. So when I come in with a IO port, so let's grab another one. If I put IO port there, IO port there, Federation cards, perfect. Drives, to storage. Drives to storage. That's it. That is our storage system done. All of our bulk items should go in these backpacks with the Omega upgrades. And that is it. And then if I need to move, let's say, my bulk items, I can just pick up the backpack. Rather than using packing tape and doing them all individually. It will be a hell of a lot better. and then the discs will be just for the lower end items. So like all of this stuff. So let's head home. First things first, we want to, holy moly, my system is down. Let's grab all of these drives and let's head to, nope, let's head back down here. You have to be careful having this many drives in your inventory because it can actually corrupt your player.dat. Right, this one's already been partitioned. So is that one. We can jump them in. Infinite. And there we go. So this is working its magic. Lovely. Let's just dump them in. Some of them won't be able to go in because it's not partitioned. Like these. These have probably stopped. So let's plonk these over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this gonna... Yeah. Let's put these ones over here. This is what's going to take the longest, is trying to get through all of these drives in the right spot. So I think this one might be done. And this looks like it's done. Try any of that. Yeah, this one should go in, I think. Matables. Yeah, matables. Now I could probably put another on here. That's fine. Which one is the coral again? I definitely missed one of those. A line down here. That's fine. Right, that's you done. Let's plonk all these in. And then if I look in here, there we go. We've getting some storage. Right. Now the big move of putting all of our drives. We have a 16k. These are all empty. Oh no. I thought these were empty. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Right, these are all empty now. So let me stick some empty ones in here. Don't need that. Right, I'm going to go ahead and move all of our storage over. Right, that's all our discs done. If I look in here. Oh my god, look how many seeds we have to process. And then the blue one is everything in this pylon. So I can see all the drives. I've got 69 empty drives. Everything else has been bulked. Same within here. A lot of these. So I might stick a lot of these back through. There we go. See how it's empty in them? That's what we want. We want nice empty drives. Except that one. The roses should be in here. Yeah. There we go. Got nice empty drives. So all of that either went in to existing drives or into the bulk item, which is lovely. If we just shift them back in, and then we can just keep doing this. So just constantly making sure all of these get filled. Now, that's all my discs. How am I going to get all the other stuff in? So we need an importer. 5 of these cells. That's fine. Dim chest. So we could just hook it up to this main system for now. Let's just bring this white cable, so you know how we're using this. Cable. White cable. I've still got tons and tons of things just in barrels, and this is all in drawers. So we want to do something like this. So export, imports all there, all on the top, and then if we just do this, and then that one can go there on its own so it doesn't loop. Grab these, and then if I start doing this, that should empty. Oh, that's my furnaces have been backed up. Let's go over here. Holy moly, yeah. That's what happens when you don't have any AE system for a little while. So that's all backed up. Ah, and I forgot to chunk load. So if I just get a anchor for the minute, that will keep just these chunks loaded. Well, this one and the controller. That is it. That's all that will be loaded. And that's that. That should... Holy moly. All of our bees have been backed up. Yeah, we got Eterna Stellas coming in. I might do another one because that is filling up quickly. So let's bring over here. Let's stick another import. 5. I'm missing cobblestone. Of course I am. Import. Hopefully that'll craft nice and quick. There we go. So now, are you going to keep up? Barely. That's fine. As long as we have a little bit of space, it stops things getting backed up. Because if I go here, up to the greenhouse, all of this has been backed up, which means all of the seeds have stopped working. Because it can't export. I have to do this. And then they have to all be reset manually. Same with the bees. All the bees have been really backed up. Yeah, let's not do that. Right, let's just check the TPS. Oh my good lord, why is that happening? I think it's because I'm pulling all of the items again. Let's try and do this. Maybe not. Right, so it's not me. That's fine. Right. I think we are going to end it there. So, thank you for watching. Not the episode I hoped for. I hoped we would be doing some other things. Setting up some machines, processing. However, everything did go wrong with that deep null and the storage bus causing a lot of lag. So, I am currently moving all of my storage over. That's going to take probably a few days to do before I can do anything back at the mega lawn base. So I think in the next episode, I want to set up my little shop. I say little. It's quite big. So I'm going to be doing this on stream. All the other things, and then like building it, decorating it, sorting out all the pricing. The next episode will be a little tour around my shop, how everything works. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you are enjoying this series, don't forget to subscribe. Check out all my links in the description. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. I've been Mr. T. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.